This is the aftermath of a crazy day of garage sales. Everything you see here, including the glorious Toys R Us sign, was sourced at garage sales in about 4 hours for $427. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into all of the items, talk about how we're going to sell it, and exactly how much profit we will get, plus come up with an hourly rate for everybody's time spent sourcing and selling off everything you see here to see if you can still make a full-time living from garage sales in 2023. Let's dive in. Thanks to XYAB, the sponsor of this channel. They're a business-to-business video game accessories supplier. We love them and use them frequently in our business. You can use the link in the description for $50 off your first order of $100 or more. Go do it. So again, I spent $427 on everything here. The most expensive item was the Toys R Us sign in the back, and I don't think I'm selling that. So keep that in mind when you can kind of consider the buy cost $227 on everything else. We projected profits of $850 in the main video, so the margin is pretty insane. Now we're gonna see if those projected profits are reality, if we can do better or maybe worse in actually listing and starting to sell some of the stuff. So some of the best finds that I'm excited about to see how they pan out. This garage sale with these Lego sets. So I targeted the ones that were sealed. Sealed listings are super easy. They sell well on either eBay or Amazon. And we're gonna have to check the price disparity, see if it's super high on Amazon compared to eBay or vice versa. Let's see, the CD player was kind of an unorthodox one, but I think we're actually gonna do pretty well on it. It was like $2. And it seems like it could be worth 50 to 70, maybe even more. It's got the remote, it's a Sony. The ball bats, I'm really excited about these. One of them in particular, only spent $2.50 on it and might make like 1,000%, 10,000%, I don't even know the math, return on it. It's gonna be crazy. Got Pokemon cards. So we've got stuff for eBay, Amazon, and probably whatnot. We're gonna literally break down every single thing and come up with total profits. Alpal is going to start with listing the bats and the gloves, and then Matt is going to check the Lego sets first, and then we may even break down more Legos or decide how we're going to sell them, especially after we just recently broke down a massive collection. There's games in here too that you might not have been able to see, but these are like really nice games, Blu-rays, PS4, and even point-and-shoot cameras that you guys have to be looking for. You'll see why with this one. So let's start listing some stuff with the Legos, the bats, the gloves, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Alpal has the bats and the gloves listed on eBay. We're gonna talk to him about what they might be worth. I have $20 into all of the bats, and I have $5 per glove, so there's 3 gloves, $15 a glove. Let's flip it around to Alpal. All right, what do we got?
So the bats are actually pretty crazy. So the bats, gloves, and these pair of shoes together are $11.75 listed value. Some of the highlights are this glove. I listed this actually at $75, so I was not expecting that.
Rawlings has a bit of a surprise.
Yes, and then the biggest find is this bat, Reebok. This is listed for $450.
Oh my gosh.
And like, one went for $380 on bid. Another one went for like $375 on bid. So,
on bid, which means you can probably get a little bit more if you're doing a fixed price listing. And this is a 26-ounce bat, which is a little bit more desirable because it's the lightest for a slow pitch softball. Yeah, that's huge. I'll pass this to you. I want to talk about some of the key things to look for in this. And I'm learning. I bought bats the last 2 weeks at garage sales, and they're blowing my mind. So slow pitch softball, just in general, these long, skinny bats, they're usually about 33 inches to 34 inches long, 26 to 28 ounces, and they'll have stamps on them. Like this one says SPA and SSUSA. It probably is ASA approved somewhere, American Softball Association, which I play a little bit of slow pitch softball, but so do a lot of other people in the United States and probably beyond. So these bats have a significant amount of demand. This one is a fluke. The fact that this old random bat is still worth about $400 blows my mind, but it is absolutely worth that. And I got all 4 softball bats for $10, which is unreal. The other thing to note is high school bats. They're going to be drop 3, meaning like this one is a 3330. I actually, when I was in high school, that was the rule for baseball bats. I don't know if it's still that way, but it kind of seems like it, because these were worth like, what, $100 a piece? And these are DeMarini, which is a good brand. DeMarini Voodoo on this one. This is also a DeMarini Voodoo. You mentioned the newest ones are like over $500. The newest models of Voodoo. So these drop 3 bats. We got them for $5 a piece. Bought them blind, and that has aged quite well. I think they'll sell. Like, used bats, as long as they don't have cracks or big dents or anything, they're still going to work extremely well. And that's the same way for gloves. Catcher's mitts, on average, going to be worth more money, so the ones with a ton of padding. And this is already broken in. It makes sense why somebody would want to buy this used, because they don't have to take the time to get it broken in nicely like this one. And then Mizuno, we've done pretty well with this brand, usually at least 30 to 50. And then this was just another catcher's glove. I bought it blind for $5, and I think you listed it for 50. So this has aged quite well. You said what, $11.75 listed value. With the shoes, my total investment is $45. That's blowing my mind. I'm going to be targeting bats like crazy. The other thing is you can order the tubes from USPS for free, the mailing tubes, and ship them in that. So like that's kind of one of the biggest parts of the equation that needs to be solved, and it is solved. You just got to order those. We stock them now. We're going to be selling these. And the gloves from a few weeks ago's garage sales, we've already sold a few of them. They sell pretty quickly. Obviously, summer's best. So that is a home run. Our projected profit is already looking pretty good. We're gonna beat it. We're gonna beat that 850 mark. But how much can we beat it by? We're gonna find that out today. Let's talk about these Legos and what Matt found out for Amazon versus eBay on those. And I misspoke. Apple actually listed this one for like $250. So a lot of people asking $250 for this exact one. There weren't many sold. We'd take offers in that $150 to $200 range, especially since we have $5 into it. We'd probably take less. But these, Matt decided were not worth selling on Amazon because Amazon has a higher return rate, and if sealed items, they're just more likely to get open and returned. Come over with me as I show the sad thing that happened. Now I'm gonna reach out to Amazon about this one, but a customer bought this brand new Celebrations box, and they opened it, returned it, and they didn't even put the same cards in there. There's cards from a different set. Like this is Celebrations. These are just random other modern cards. Obviously nothing good. 2022. And I think it sold it for over $100 because this is the like Pokemon Center big Celebrations Elite Trainer box. We'll get a refund on that, but that's crazy. And I don't want it to happen with Legos. So these 4 are going to be listed on eBay because they were pretty similar price-wise from eBay to Amazon. Customers on eBay just generally don't return stuff for silly reasons, especially if it's brand new. They really know what they're buying. There's multiple pictures, stuff. There's a lot of reasons, but that's some of them. This is like $30. I kind of got it as a throw-in with the Legos bundled all together for $70. I think this one's going to be about $25 on eBay. This one will be in the $60 range. So they had the Mario Legos used as well, but I only bought the new sets, which I think was a good decision because she wanted $250 for all the Legos, including the used Mario ones, or $70 for the new ones. And this one by itself is about $90. But then there was one that Matt did list on Amazon, and that's over here. This one surprised me. Now, when I bought this, I was assuming this would be worth about $20. On eBay, it was worth about $60 plus shipping, but on Amazon, it was listed for $100. So we're taking the risk on this one. Sending this to Amazon, that's enough of a disparity to take the risk, in my opinion. So there's going to be pretty good profit marks there. We'll add up the full Amazon value, eBay value, and whatnot value by the end of it, but we still have some work to do. Selling off the games. These are going to be listed on Amazon, and then we'll get to the rest of the stuff and bring you guys along. I'm really curious to see what the hourly rate is going to be on this day because it seems like the listings are going to go quite quickly, and the margin is going to be really good. So I'm curious to see how that's going to pan out. Okay, so went through the stack of games, and these are what are going to just be fire sale, meaning we'll sell them on Whatnot, 3 for $10. So that'll add about $15 to the value. Another Whatnot thing I think is going to be this box of basketball cards and sports cards. Only paid $2 for it, but there are some really cool cards, and we might just kind of leave it somewhat unpicked, right? So there's the 90s insert basketball cards, Barkley, Olajuwon. There's a David Robinson. So some cool cards for $2. I think that'll be worth at least $20. We'll call it 20 in pure profit. This collection of Pokemon cards, still got to go through a little bit more. See if the trainers are worth selling on eBay, but I might just do whatnot with that. In fact, I'm going to lock that in, and we'll call that 20 in profit. I know one of the trainer cards was worth 10 by itself. I think it was that one. I only looked that one up, so I'm hoping that will be good. There's 20, 40, 55 in profit from whatnot so far with those. Projected profit. But then over here, we had some games that were worth selling that need to go through the Game Changer. Echo Master. So 2 of these, including Silent Hill Shattered Memories, only paid $2 for that, and that's worth like $80. Plus these 3 Blu-ray PS4 games need to go through the machine. And then I've been testing the stuff that needs testing. We actually got no game consoles that day, which was kind of crazy because we get quite a lot of game consoles typically. But the Etrex Legend sadly did not work. There's no corrosion. There's nothing notably wrong with it. It just doesn't power on. So don't know what the issue is there. I paid $20 for it, so that's going to be an L altogether. This only paid $1 for, and it fully works. I was able to get this fully tested. Just a little tip here with point and shoot cameras, look up all of them, because this one I think will be worth over $100 as a full set. And the LR44 batteries, great thing to keep in stock. I got a little battery fireproof case here to, one, keep it away from the kids, but also keep them fireproof. But I keep those in there, and it's really nice to have on hand for testing cameras like this. This took AA, it's a flash, and then the camera took those batteries. I'm going to include those batteries in a little baggie, 3x5. We have a link to all of our supplies that we use at CATRPcrew.com. CATRP crew, you guys know because you're watching the channel, but if you haven't bookmarked the supplies link, please go bookmark it. You won't regret it. And then the CD player works fully, the remote works as well, so I got that from the same cell as the Garmin, so thankfully something worked. Only a couple bucks into that, but we're now going to have to basically consider it 22 into it since I had 20 into that from that sale and it doesn't work. But Alpal will get these listed. I'll get those discs cleaned, and then soon we'll have a final Amazon number for you. Matt did add a stack of the games, those PS4 and PS3 ones. Those were all good to go, didn't need cleaning or anything. So the numbers are adding up here, and it hasn't been too many hours total. So we're getting close to seeing how much profit we will actually make from this unique but solid garage sale day. All right, so the last couple items have been added. The Legos. There's a lot of minifigures in these. And I only paid $20 for the whole thing. There's just a baggie full of heads, legs, all sorts of stuff. Found Hulk in here, just missing an arm. Maybe that's mixed in. I don't know. I remember this boat was worth like $20 by itself. There's some Iron Man, Marvel stuff. I don't want to do all the work again, sorting through all of that and organizing it. So we're going to sell this all and whatnot. I'm valuing it at $100. I think that's conservative because it's a really nice lot. The movies I'm going to value at $25. They're all Marvels, desirable Blu-rays. A really good lot, about 12 of them there. And then the Pokemon cards ended up being worth more than I thought. So Hex Maniac, great card. Apparently it's worth about $50 in this condition. It has a crease up there. If it was near mint, it would be closer to 100. That really surprised me. Delinquent is a good one, worth about $20 in this condition, probably 30 if it was near mint. So I added $50 in value because my original projection was 30 on the whole lot, but clearly those are going to add some significant value to it. With that in mind, the total amount of hours that went into this, it was 15 hours between 3 guys to source it, so 5 hours per. And then our processing time was very low. It was 5 hours total. So about 3 hours for Alpal, 1 hour for Matt, 1 hour for me. And with that in mind, the Amazon listed value, $657, and that actually factors in fees and shipping expense. So that is like the number. We use AccelerList to get that. It factors in everything. Whatnot value after fees, $250. And the big one was eBay. And the value, the top line value was $2,165, but we're going to subtract 30% for fees and price adjustments because we always start a little bit high there. And that's going to be $1,515. The total after fees value between those 3 platforms is $2,422. Minus the buy cost of $427 puts it right under $2,000. So 20 hours processing time total, $2,000 value, almost exactly an hourly rate net profit of $100 an hour for all the man hours that went into it. Is garage selling full-time still possible in 2023? If you're good with $100 an hour, the answer in this case is yes. We have a lot more of these Aftermath garage sale videos to do, so subscribe for more like it. We're literally doing this table, which was the day before, next. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I actually get to keep the Toys R Us sign in addition to all of that. So I included the buy cost of that in there. So that's basically free. And we still made $100 an hour. Heck of a day.